Hey, everybody. Obviously, this is why you come to Tennessee and want to be in this league. Got a big time matchup this weekend. Really excited. Obviously, game day, SEC Nation, the environment that will be here on Saturday. Really excited about that, and our players have earned the right to build to get to this point to play a game like this. So preparation is going to be critical in this one. Alabama's really good. Offense, defense, special teams. They got really good personnel in all three phases of the game, and will obviously be a huge test for us. But our players are excited, and this morning was good preparation. Need to have a great week of practice and get ready to play our best football. So open it up.
A lot has been said about Tennessee. Praise Tennessee in ways that haven't been praised before. How will you deal with the messaging to your team about how to handle those expectations? Yeah,
the expectations that we should be concerned about are our own expectations. The reason our kids have gotten and continue to build and get better is because they've paid attention to the things that matter. This week, we got to prepare the right way. We got to practice well, and the playing part of it will take care of itself. So, the outside noise has no bearing on how we play, and let's go compete and be our best on game day.
Will Anderson's such a disruptor. What impresses you about his game overall?
Long, athletic. He's disruptive in the run game too. In the pass game, he's got the ability to play on an edge and cause havoc. And between their personnel being good enough to win a lot of one-on-one matchups, and then all their pressures and all their games up front, you got to do a really good job, in one-on-one matchups, and then you got to do a great job working together as all five guys.
As a coach, how rewarding is it? After the Florida game, one of the things that you were critical of your team was the 4-minute drill in the fourth quarter. And then I'm sure they got some work on the practice field, and you go out at LSU and you rattle off an 8.5-minute drive in that same situation. What does that say about your squad, and how good did that feel to see?
I like that we continue to get better. I told our players today, and I said at the end of last week too, our practices on the playing surface were really good last week. We continue to get better. This is what good teams do throughout the course of the season. Their focus, their urgency, their energy are all things that led to us playing the way that we did last Saturday. And so points of emphasis that our coaching staff has every single week, being critical of yourself, continuing to challenge yourself and grow, take coaching, has allowed us to continue to grow. The 4-minute drill, really excited about the amount of time that we were able to chew up and eat on the clock. Still want to go finish that drive too and punch it in. But there were a lot of positives during the course of that drive. Physicality, playing with technique. Our running back's doing a really good job too.
Yeah, Josh, on Jaylen McCullough, do you have an update on his status?
No, I don't. We learned of it, really late yesterday, and as we gather more information, then I'll have more for you.
Josh, the special teams really set the tone for obviously your offense and your team on Saturday. It's often the phase of the game that's forgotten about, but how gratifying and satisfying is it that your special teams made such a difference?
Yeah, 2 huge plays early in that football game. Brooksy being able to scoop that fumble up on the sideline. I don't think anybody understands how difficult of play that is, to be running full speed, have the ball come out last second, right on the sideline, be able to stay in, focus, catch it, get down and get hit. It's a great play by him. And then the punt return was a huge play too. And great to see D out there. We've talked about him. I've talked about him. I have great trust and belief in him, but for him to go out and do it right away was awesome to see for him and the 10 other guys on that unit. So special teams is going to be critical in this one. Field position's critical. Obviously, what they're doing with their punt returner is special, and we got to do a great job on all of our cover units.
A couple of quick things, Josh. First off, the daily Cedric Tillman question. How is he doing, and how's all that?
I was wondering if that was going to be the second question or how deep we'd get in. Cedric's doing good. This is part of the reason why he had the surgery is to try to be back for this one. He's continuing to progress over the weekend, and so we'll monitor him and at the end of the day, our medical team, like I said last week, our medical team and Cedric will make the right decision for him now and in the future too.
And in terms of, regardless of what's going on with Jaylen and all that, how do you feel about your depth situation there? We've seen a couple different guys there in that kind of strong safety spot. What are your options there?
Yeah, we feel good about the guys that have played at that position. We have flexibility in the secondary. Guys have been trained to play multiple positions. So we'll see as the week unfolds here, but have great trust in all those guys.
Just to follow up on that opening kickoff, how much of that, you said you guys had worked on that, how much of that was seeing the right look on tape, and was the sun a factor? Because it looked like the returner was kind of looking at
the sun might have been a factor. Just where it was at in the stadium was part of, the decision process for us if we had won the coin flip. But I can't tell you what exactly was the reason why he didn't catch it.
Why was Gerald Mincey unavailable on Saturday, and what's his status moving on?
He just wasn't available. We anticipate him being ready to play in this one.
On the flip side of that coin, just what did you see from J.J. Crawford out there on Saturday, especially when you went back and watched the film?
High-level execution. Did a good job in the run game. Combinations working with the guard and some of his man blocking. Did a really nice job in pass protection too. So, you saw we didn't change the way we played, the way we did anything. We got great trust in him.
Coach, with Byron Young, I think he had 1 sack through the first 4 games and had 2.5. Byron Young on Saturday. What can that do for him to finally get home and finish some of those plays?
Yeah, sometimes as a pass rusher, you don't always have control about the end result. You try to win your one-on-ones, you win your games that you're running with the interior guy, and you try to apply pressure to the quarterback. You can't always get home based on him getting rid of the football. But he's been consistent, violent, disruptive, playing with speed, playing with great urgency, energy, and was able to get home a couple of huge plays in the football game for us. Changed the way the game was played. He's got great confidence. He continues to get better. His best football is still way out in front of him. He's a young football player, but continuing to get better. And his effort and how he's practicing is showing up in the way that he's playing.
Coming into the year, you had some defensive linemen that just didn't have a whole lot of experience. Dominic Bailey, Bryson Eason. Can you speak to the level of play that Coach Garner is getting out of that group? Because it feels like they just are getting better and better every week.
Yeah, Coach G, Coach Eck with the Leos too. Those young players have really continued to grow, and a lot of those guys that you talked about just changed their attitude and the way they approach things. And I'm talking about in the off season, and because of those things, man, their purpose and the way that they practice every day is so different. And now they're gaining a bunch in just their level of play. They understand what we're doing. They understand the why behind it more. They're playing with a lot better technique. Coach G's done a great job of developing these guys. There's a huge difference from us a year ago at this time to who we are now up front across the board. Just playing with great technique and understanding what we're doing, and that's allowing our guys to be extremely disruptive, to be able to win one-on-ones and pass protection, pass rush, but then also being able to make plays in the run game, snag off, and be disruptive.
Josh, defensively, what are the challenges in defending a guy like Jamir Gibbs, who leading rusher, leading receiver, kind of a dynamic player in that offense?
Yeah, he's explosive, so you know that they're going to try to find ways to get the ball in his hands. In the run game, you're best not to let him get started. If he does, he's got the ability to take it the distance. He's got good vision and pace behind the line of scrimmage. When he sees a hole, he's able to hit it. He does a really good job of making people miss, too. So we got to bottle him up in the run game. And then when they use him in the pass game, too, you got to do a great job of taking him away and matching him out.
Just to follow up on Jaylen McCullough, but the process, like, are you talking to administration? Are you gathering facts for yourself? How does those conversations go?
Yeah, as they gather information, we'll have a conversation based on the facts of it and then go from there.
Josh, just what challenges do Bryce Young present? And then if he's not able to play, just what have you seen from Milroe these last couple of weeks?
Yeah, I mean, Bryce has played at an elite level for a long time. arm talent, be able to be accurate with the football, great decision maker back there. The X factor for him is his ability to move and extend and make plays outside of the pocket and inside the pocket. He does a good job of finding the soft spot in the pocket. When he escapes, he's a thrower first, and finds guys if you don't match him out and you're in zone coverage, and then has the ability to tuck it and make big plays too. So he's got the ability to put and apply pressure to you in all ways. Yeah, athletic, dynamic with the ball in his hands.
Josh, you've often talked about winning one-on-ones. How pleased have you been with your wide receivers winning some of those one-on-one matchups?
Yeah, it's a big part of creating explosive plays in the pass game. We got great trust in those guys, and obviously Hendon does too. And we've been able to create a bunch of big plays in this one. That's got to be a part of the game too.
Back here, Coach. Being physical is one thing, but what's the mindset you have got to take going in to play a team that's had so much success over the years like they have?
Yeah, I mean, for us, it's about us, And we look back at last year and the things that we did that hurt Tennessee. So prepare in a great way, practice well, and that will lead you to kickoff. And, we don't have to do anything extraordinary. We got to do the ordinary at a really high level, and then go late on the line and compete for 60 minutes.
Josh, when you see the past two games y'all have played opponents, and these are regular big-time SEC opponents, have had to go for it on fourth down 10 times just to try to keep up with what y'all are doing offensively, is that the kind of thing that you think can give your players confidence, knowing that, hey, like, they're doing this because they don't think that they can stop your offense?
I think our players have gained confidence, because of the way that they continue to grow and the way they continue to play as much as anything. There's a lot of things that go into that. Our kids have been so much more consistent in their preparation, their habits, and getting to kick off the right way. That's got to be the focus for us right now. Everybody in the program's excited about Saturday afternoon, and I know our fan base is too. Great thing about being a fan is you get to enjoy the week of just the build-up. As competitors, coaches and players, man, it's about your routine, it's about your habits, it's about preparing the right way, and then we'll be ready to play.
Alabama's defense, very aggressive. Obviously, it's a Nick Saban coach defense. On tape, what have you seen from them so far?
Yeah, typical, great personnel. They're long, they're athletic at all positions. They're physical in their front seven. The ability to run sideline to sideline, which can cover things up. And then scheme-wise, you got to be able to handle everything from them. That's front variation, that's coverage. You got to be in sync with your front. That's in your run game, that's in your pass protections. And your wideouts and quarterbacks got to see the secondary the right way. Great test for us. They're a really good football team on that side of the ball in all three phases too. But it's one that we're excited about.
Coach Brian Kelly admitted during the broadcast at halftime that you were out coaching him. What does it mean when another coach admits that you're coaching better than them?
Man, we were playing well. That's what it comes down to, man. So it's not about me. It is we got a full locker room, 125 guys, and a great staff, and the way that we have continued to grow, the way we continue to compete, strive to get better. That's why we're playing the way that we are. We've got to have a great week this week. Thank you, Coach. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.